something. Sometimes the buffer takes a little bit, and then it goes. Here, while y'all wait. Okay, what the frick is going on? What the frick? Why are you being like this? Okay. All right. Jeez Louise. Freaking. That took forever. Working? Sometimes leave it up to the shorts though. If I'm going to be honest, like it always gives me fits. All right. It looks like we're good. It looks like we're good. Okay. All right, people. All right. We'll keep it at that. We'll keep it at that. Yeah, Brian. Let's keep it that way. All right, and then we go whoop, just like that. Perfect. Okay. See that? Well, we're a little off center, but it is what it. Here, let me fix the camera. Whoop. All right, people. Okay, make sure I'm muted. Okay. All right, people. Hello. Welcome back. All right. Let's get into my thoughts and reactions to all of today's. Excuse me. Now all of a sudden I got the hiccups because all of a sudden I hit the go live. And all of a sudden now I'm nervous to talk. We got some World Cup action that we got to talk about. So let's get into the video and let's get into the stream. This is GVS, and today we're covering all things World Cup because we had 3 matches today. I believe we have 3 matches tomorrow because I think it goes 1, 3, 3, and then like 2, and then 3, like something. Because the way with how let's go to the scoreboard here. Look at this. Yeah, we have 3. Then we have 3. But then on the 4, then we have 3 again. Oh, okay. So I guess it's 3 all the way down. There's the 2. Okay. I wasn't looking at the finer details of this. This was already the what am I looking at? The Sweet 16, like the round of 16 when we look at it like that. You know what I realized? I gotta re-edit up my my things. So, anyways, hello everybody, welcome back. Glad you guys are here. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoy sports content. So let's get into it. Here's what we got to talk about today. We got to talk about, because when I was looking at this originally, my brain, because I went to the end of the week and I was like, yeah, it goes 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and then we got a 2, because for the last group 3, like the group play with the third matchup, you know, their third game, all of throughout the day, there was there was a triple header with doubles going on at the same time. So like, boom, boom, we're playing at the same time. And then in that 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock slot, boom, boom, playing at the same time. And then the prime time, 7 o'clock game, boom, boom, all the way down. It was just loaded up. Here we go. Well, let's get into our game summary and let's talk about the games that we saw so far. Give my reaction on the Brazil versus Japan game. One thing that I was thinking coming into this game is I am surprised I'm surprised, truthfully, with how well Japan played in this one. Let me pull up some of the highlights here. Because kind of my prediction when I went over and I looked at the bracket and then I talked about this Brazil versus Japan matchup, the biggest thing that I was talking about and brought. Hello. Mic check. Mic check. Hello. I had to move the mic. Sorry about that, people. One of the biggest things that I was looking at in terms of how this game was going to go down is I was wondering, okay, who gets the lead first and how does this game start? And truthfully, with how it started, it couldn't have started any better for Team Japan. Here's get it pulled up here. Let me get it pulled up here. La la la. Then we go over here. Sweet. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I gotta sneeze. Woo! Sorry, people. I had to sneeze. So, we had a turnover by Brazil, and then we're coming this way. Beautiful pass right over the middle, and then we have goal. And with where the time is at, when you look at it, this is 28 minutes into the first half. One of my predictions that I was looking at when I looked at, because I think Brazil, Japan, Croatia, Portugal, Netherlands, Morocco, and then Ghana and Colombia. Those were the biggest matchups that I personally had for round one. Those were the four biggest matchups. A sneaky dark horse one would probably be Austria, Spain. And then, surprising enough, Australia and Egypt, that could be a sneaky good one too. But like for a handful particular of the other games, like you look at like, should France lose to Sweden? No, they shouldn't. Should Germany have lost to Paraguay? No, like a lot of people penciled like these matchups in where it's like, okay, yeah, Brazil's going to beat Japan. For like Spain and Austria, it's like, yeah, Spain's going to move on to the next round. USA against Bosnia, go Team America. They'll move. Like, but other than those easy predictions, there were a handful of other games that were like, hey, this one could be a little tough to kind of predict. This one could go either way. And that is how I felt about this Japan and this Brazil game. Japan played really well in group stage. And to me, I've seen enough of Brazil where I am convinced that they can get far, but I'm not convinced that they can get over the hump. Meaning when they play a England or a Norway or an Argentina, I'm not sold 1000% on them winning. And even after this victory that they had, I'm still not sold. And that sounds like super crazy, considering we could look back in a month and it's like, well, who ended up winning it? Oh, Brazil did? Well, who's clown show number one? I am. When Brazil played a competent opponent in Morocco, that was a 0-0 draw. Yes, they, throttled Scotland and then they throttled Haiti. But again, we have this competent opponent in Japan, and Japan went up 1-0 in this game for a very long time. Probably in real time, maybe an hour and a half, but game time, probably 50 minutes. Because I think Brazil's goal came somewhere in the 60th minute, and then their last goal came in like the 90th of 90th minutes. Which is crazy because if that goal wasn't given up, they also would have gone into overtime and played extras. But kind of in my prediction for this game, something that I was looking into is no team has come back from a 2-0 deficit in any of the group play games. The only comebacks we have are when they're down 1-0 or 2-1, and then they'll tie it. And, at full time, by the time full time hits, the score is 2-2 or 1-1, and then we go into, it's just a draw. The only teams that have mounted a comeback and won, you got to look at Germany's against Ivory Coast. You got to look at Japan against Netherlands, because both of them, like, that game ended up 2-2 tied. I'm trying to think. Morocco and Haiti. At one point, they were down 2-1 against Haiti in the second half. They came back. They scored 3 unanswered, and they ended up winning that one 4-2. But basically, the big thing that I'm trying to say is, like, if Japan went up 2-0, from what I've seen from Brazil, I didn't see them winning. Did not see them win. I'm gonna be honest, didn't see that coming. But from, with it being 1-0, something that I was talking about is if Japan goes up 1-0, I could see Brazil keep it close, and then it's tied 1-1, and then we go into shootouts, because I didn't see Brazil with what they did to Haiti and what they did to Scotland. I didn't see that as a possibility. I didn't think, with how well Japan is as a team, I didn't see them getting blown out in this game. Even if people overlooked Japan quickly and it was a quick write-off on, oh, Japan's going to go to the next round and play Norway, because that's who a lot of people had predicted, I thought this game would have been close. And boy, did it kind of live up to that hype. So the first goal was in the 28th minute. This is when they ended up taking the lead. Then the second goal, we got to fast forward a little bit. We might be... Let's fast forward all the way. Yep, I know it. I freaking knew it. It was going to play now. Anyways, while we stall for time, this is what I get, though. It's like, you sucketh. All right, let's fast forward to when Brazil scored. Okay. All of this started with a great pass from Vinny Jr. And then, where's it go? Will it show a replay? Yeah, we'll go from this angle. Here we go. Look at that header. Look at that header there. Oh, well, okay. It wasn't in the 60th minute. It was in the 56th minute. Okay. I was off by 5 minutes. Oh, well. What are we going to do? But this is when the game got even at 1 apiece. Now, for the remainder of the game, there were a lot of good chances, a lot of good looks. The game was really tense. And then we skip ahead. Let's skip ahead more. All the way to... Where's Brazil's goal? Right here. Here it is. This is when they scored. Now, I'm going to be real honest, which, whatever. It's tough and it's heartbreaking just considering, like, how it went down, because, like, we're literally at 95 minutes. There was only 1 minute left to play. Like, this was a buzzer shot. There's parts of me where we have seen goals called back for less, and so that's my only kind of like, was it an offsides? Was it not an offsides? The Germany game, I do think Germany kind of got hosed a little bit with their goal that got called back, but technically speaking, like, I will admit I did have the broadcast muted. I don't know if they talked about a goalie interference or an offsides. I will rewatch that. My bad. But there's parts of me that joke where it's like, well, if it was Japan who scored this goal, they would have been like, offsides. Which, funny enough, you walk down the line here of where he is. The ref's not where he's supposed to be. Ref's back here. So it's like, wait a minute. Shouldn't you be aligned, like, right here? Good sir. Again, I don't claim to know what an offsides is. I'm more just kind of like bringing up the fact of, like, how heartbreaking this is, because it's like Japan was so freaking close. And the other thing too is this had to go off the post and in too, because, like, if it hit the post and went out, that would have been absolutely wild. But ball don't lie, it ricocheted off and then in, and then Brazil ends up winning 2-1 at the very, very end of the game. Neymar did not play in this one. I don't know why. Maybe an injury, maybe I don't know why. That was something that I was kind of wondering about this game is, like, is his impact going to end up costing Brazil? Because it's like, oh, we could have beat Norway if we had Neymar and if he played, but he didn't. He was injured, or I don't know. I don't know. So, anyways, it was no. This was a tough game. This probably the Netherlands Morocco game was crazy, but like heartbreaking was probably the Japan loss because not the Germany loss because it's like it's Germany. Germany has won many World Cups before. Which there was a comment that I saw. It was talking about the aura of the 7-1 win, which we'll save it for that review because I don't want to spoil the joke too much. But like when you look at Paraguay was huge underdogs against Germany. The Netherlands, Morocco, like you could look at it either way. If you want to go off of recent history, Morocco, I would say, would be technically favorites. Um, and the underdog would be the Netherlands, but it's like, no, because it seemed like a pretty even match. But like in this one against Brazil and Japan, oh yeah, Japan was the huge underdogs here. And so, because how crazy would it have been if Japan won this game? Like that is their Super Bowl. But then they would go play Norway or Ivory Coast, and it's like, wow, there's a chance here where look they win, and then look they get to play England potentially, and then even if Japan beat England again, huge upset because, yeah, but no, it was a heartbreaking loss, but still a great game, phenomenal game. Let me cut into now. Let's talk about. We gotta pull up. We gotta pull up our next game. Germany and Paraguay. I wish I could show the And while this loads, let me pull up. Let me pull up the chat. Chat, what do you guys have to say? All right, that's fine. Let me look. Let me look at some. Okay, so is this where Paraguay's goal is? Oh, will you play and cooperate, please? Jeez Louise. Alright, here we go. Let's fast forward a little bit. Just a titch. Just a titch. Just a little. Just a little. Just a titch. Oh, no. Too far. Too far. Too far again. Okay. Yeah, we'll go from here. So this is in the 41st minute. This is at the very end of the first half. This is when Paraguay went up 1-0. Now, what kind of surprises me the most with them going up is you look at what Paraguay was against Team USA, and maybe this is kind of where I not built my opinion on Paraguay, but one team that I was looking at coming into group play in that group, I had Team USA, then Paraguay, and then Australia, and then Turkey. That was how I predicted things out. And then right after the first game where Team USA slammed the door on them 4-1, it's like, whoa. Because from there was much different. Because, like, the remainder of their group play, like, was a totally different story. And so I'm still, does that show how good Team USA is? Because I'm still, verdict's still out. I know that sounds crazy. We've played 3 games. We've watched a whole bunch of other teams. My verdict is still out on Team USA. Because there's parts of me where I see the clutchness of Paraguay, which the penalties were what the penalties were. Like, this was a freaking wild game. Let me skip ahead to... So at this point as well... Is this the header that gets called back? No. Where's the header that gets called back? VAR. Foul. Oh, so they did call it for a foul. I was a little... Yes and no. Because because at the same time, it's like, is the goalie falling over because he's flopping, or was it a good, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm still kind of like, eh. And at the same time, like, I don't know. There's parts of me where it's like, if the goalie is unprovoked while touched, there's parts of me where it's like, you can't, like, if the goalie is the one to initiate contact, it's not a goalie interference in NHL, if I'm not mistaken. But then if you just come ramming right into the goalie when they're in their little blue fortress of solitude, you can't touch it, you can't go in the square. That's where you have goalie interferences, and it's a tough call. It's a tough call. I don't know. I probably, not gonna lie, I probably would have swallowed my whistle and been like, "Hey, it is what it is." Because where, who? Let me rewind it just a titch, because it's like, who initiated the contact first, and that's what I would ultimately, because like there was a lot of, you know, oh hey. Anyways, but let's go to, oh my, hey guys, you want some Chipotle? Boo. All right. Boo. All right. Okay. Look at that. Freaking look at that. There were so many saves in this. Both goalkeepers played phenomenal in the shootout. And I think it just, both of them were awesome. And I wouldn't hash this up and be like, oh, it's this person's fault or this person's fault. And like, there was the miss, but then at the same time, the other thing too is Paraguay had 2 saves early. They were up early on the save, and they had, you know, shots on hand in this shootout, and then they kind of let it slip away. And kind of the difference between Morocco's shootout and Germany against Paraguay shootout is, in the Netherlands they had misses. In this one, it was blocks, and so that was kind of cool to see that, from that point of view. I think this one was true because it went all the way through. Yep, just out of the outreached hands. And then this one was good because this was the captain, I believe, and then he kind of like, he took a little hezzy false step, and then his was ended up being good. This was also good because the other thing too is Paraguay made like 3 in a row, and Germany had 2 blocks. Because this next one here, yeah, because he buries it. And then this one was a miss, because this one was another block. You can see how the ball's right there. Oh, wait, no. Boo, never mind, my bad. Did the blocks come? Oh, the blocks probably came in extras, my bad. Whoops. See, I don't even know how to talk about the game. It's like, dude, were you watching the... Yes, I was watching it. Okay, so at this point, we sit 2-3. Is this the one blah? Yes. Here was Germany's fantastic save. Clutch save, and then so we come to here, where it's 2-3. We got to knot it all up. He puts it in the back of the net, so we're 3-3, and then Paraguay has a shot on hand to try to, you know, extend it, keep it going, and move to the next round. Huge block by Neuer. Which, will it show his block? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Hold on, let me see if I can. Yoink! Right there. He just timed it up perfectly. It was perfect down to the last minute. No, it was a fantastic save, and I'm impressed. Which, funny enough, like, what the is this too much? Like, is he over the? Again, I don't claim to know all the soccer rules, but last I checked, there was something to do with your foot needs to stay on a line, or you can't lunge Whatever, I don't care. It was a badass save. And so then this saves it, and then we play on. We go into the extra innings of extra innings, where we go 1-1. 1-1. All we got to do is 1-1. There's another great look of it where fully extended out 3-3. He saves it for his country. Like, which was so crazy is the duality of like how Paraguay had scores on hand where they were up and like they're going crazy, and Germany's just sitting there like, damn, we might lose this. And then here comes the potential fourth point. He hooked it so freaking wide. Let me see if I can find the ball here. So the ball is somewhere over here. Like it just, yeah, let me see where the ball ends up. Because off of his boot, looks good. Like, okay, you got the goalkeeper going this way, ball's going that way. Phenomenal. The only problem is it ended all the way up in, row 12. Yeah, so it was right there. Because you can see some of the fans looking like where the ball is. And then we fast forward. Oh, too much. Too much. Which this is a cool angle too. He puts it in. I think his sweet spot was right here too, because I think the goalie went. Hold on. Oh, wait, wrong way. My bad. He's over here, goalie's over. Which, with how, because what am I thinking of? I'm trying to. The Morocco one was the other way around. Sabari went right here, and the other goalkeeper went that way. Anyways, it's just one of those things where like you can't, because with the context of just how this ended in the shootout, literally both teams could have won it in regulation as well. I would say the called back goal was huge, but it's one of those things where, like, I'd say I would also equate it to when Morocco beat Portugal, when Croatia beat Brazil. Like, sometimes when like the underdog, when you take a team that is supposed to win, like a Germany, because go look at the brackets. Like if there was like a Pickett bracket challenge or whatever that ESPN, whoever did one, like if you looked at the majority of predictions on who would move past the first round, I guarantee you the only people that picked Paraguay had connections to Paraguay, whether they were just, you see what I mean? Like, oh, I used to live there, or oh, my family's from Paraguay. Like, that was probably their only connections. Because as far as I know, how much the media was talking about it, this game, it was Germany. Germany is slated to play France, and then people pick France over. So in my own predictions, my predictions aren't original when you look at who's in my finals, and who's in my quarterfinals and my semifinals. Like, it's not truly original, but like when you look at how impressive this game was and them winning, like it would be crazy. And for me personally, there's parts of me that see, yeah, if Paraguay beats Germany and then can beat France, oh, there's more than enough reason to believe that they could beat Canada or Morocco, because it's one of those things where this team has caught momentum, and look at how well they're doing. They're catching momentum, and they're beating, not juggernaut, because Germany's not a juggernaut team, but they have been good historically. The players that were on their team when they won it back in 2014, I believe this keeper, he's the final one. I don't think anybody else, because a couple of them, their last was 22. I believe 22 was the last hurrah, because there were a couple that retired. There were a couple that 2014 was their last go, and then there was a handful where 2018 was their last go, and then the final of the bunch was 22, because there's a lot of talk after Germany didn't make it out of group play and how disappointing it was for the last ride. Because I think the only connection, I can double check, I think he's the only one that was with Germany when they beat Argentina. But it's one of those crazy things where, like, yeah, you look at Paraguay. Paraguay beats Germany, and then they beat like the loaded France, that gauntlet, and then look at those two teams. And I just, because when I look at the bracket, and like whether you want to go left or right or top to bottom, the the left side of the bracket or top side of the bracket, the American side, that's kind of what they've coined it. There are so many freaking, like, let me pull it up here. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Let's go to bracket or standings. Let's go to bracket. Okay, look at how many loaded teams there are. Germany, France, Morocco or Netherlands, Portugal, Croatia, Spain, USA, Senegal or Belgium. That is a lot of damn good teams. Versus down here, there's Brazil. Not a lot of people are pretty high on Norway. I'm pretty high on Norway, so we'll go from everybody else's perspective, not mine. Brazil, England, Argentina. Nobody's looking at Colombia. Nobody. I have not seen anybody pick. I have not seen anybody pick Colombia to get past Argentina. Unless, you're Colombian, or, like, again, you have connections to that team and that's why you predict them to get past. Because I would like to, it's like, Jamie, pull up the stat. It's like, I would like to see people's prediction and then being like, yep, I have Colombia getting past Ghana. I'm sleeping on Mexico. I have Mexico getting. Where's Mexico? I have Mexico playing England and then England getting to the round of sweets to the Sweet 16. I think Mexico could, if we're going for host countries, how I feel about Mexico, out of all the host countries, Canada, USA, and Mexico, the farthest team that can, I would actually pick Mexico, because there's parts of me that with USA, I think USA can beat Bosnia, but then this Senegal USA game, I think it has trap game and it has upset written all over it because Senegal has played pretty phenomenal in group play. Even though they lost. They only won one game, but they kept it close against France and they kept it close against Norway. And so that's how far I have Mexico going. So yeah, I am sleeping, but I mean, dude, they got to play England, dude. And that group alone, England's group was stacked with Croatia. Like, in one of my predictions, I looked at Congo. If you put here, let me show you. Like, where is it? Right here, all the way at the bottom. Group L. England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. So Panama went a quick 0-3, and I was looking at other teams like Jordan or Iraq or Iran, New Zealand, Sweden, Tunisia, but particularly the team that I pointed out was Congo, because Congo got in with their third place because there was like a point differential between them, Uruguay. Where's the other one? There's another one. Scotland, because Scotland had 3 points. Congo had 4, so that's how they were able to get in. Bosnia also had 4, that's how they were able to get in. South Korea only had 3, so that's why they were out. There were parts of me that said, if you go throw Congo in this group against these teams, their fate could have been the same. They went 0-3. If you throw Sweden in that group, they probably would have lost to England, lost to Croatia, and then tied with Ghana. So their fate could have potentially been the same, where they only get 1 point. Group A, though, Group A was, I had in my predictions, I had Mexico, South Korea, and then Czech. South Africa has shocked and surprised me. I wrote them off after Mexico beat them 2-1, and I was like, that South Korea prediction's looking pretty good. Nope. They just had to go and lose 1-0. So, yeah. versus you look at like other groups, like, right? I mean, Group J, come on. We knew Argentina was going to win it. Group K surprised me the most, I would say. Because I had Portugal sweeping. I thought Portugal could go 3-0, or at least 2-1-0. But no. So, anyways. And then, okay, sorry. Back to you, my bad. But with Mexico and like comparing and seeing what England did, I do think Croatia is a better team than Mexico. England beat Croatia. I do think Mexico's better than Ghana. So we'll see from that standpoint. But I mean, just like, yeah, like if you threw Mexico in here, and even Team USA, if you throw USA in here, I think USA could probably beat Panama, because I mean, look, everybody beat Panama. Ghana, no. I think Team USA would lose to Ghana. I think we could probably draw with England, where it's like one of those weird, we caught them on a good day, kind of like how Ghana caught England on a good day. But they'd probably lose to Croatia, because like there's levels to this, and even I think Team Mexico, which was, I don't think Mexico can. No, they can't. They're on two separate sides. It'd be a soft. If I were to rank the host countries and which team's the best, Mexico, USA, and Canada. Because again, you got to look at, soccer is not America's sport. It's like our fifth or fourth favorite sport, versus Mexico, where it's like soccer is one of their primary sports. So, hot take. All right. Anyways, move on. Here we go. Oh, now I'm okay. Wait, scoreboard. There we go. Back to it. We gotta go back to the Paraguay. Oh, okay. So yes. That's how that game ended. All right, let's move ahead now to the. Let's see if we can get the Netherlands game up here. I think I bought enough time. Extended highlights. Whoop. Here we go. While I stall for time, anybody else got any predictions on who's winning, who's losing? Anybody? Going once? Going twice? Bueller? Oh my gosh. I almost crapped myself because I saw it playing and I was like, no, because they're a little touchy on playing. So, all right, let's start with one of the first opening chances here. Here's a little breakaway by Morocco. This easily could have been a goal. So there's a chance here. Odd man rush. So there's one chance. We do have a save. This is the other save. This was a different save. And then we have Netherlands goal. Let's fast forward a little bit. Okay. How this goal played out was freaking wild, because there was a breakaway, and when you hear, because my reaction is, because the player went down and he stayed down for a while, and then like all his teammates jumped up on him and they were like super happy, like he's still down here kneeling. Let's fast forward it by like 2 seconds. Okay, here he is. So him and this defender, they both went at the ball at the same time, and then he flew over him and the goalkeeper and landed on his shoulder. But in real time, when it showed, because I rewound it, played it back, played it back, and I was like, what? Why is he down? Did he like whack the back of his head? What's going on here? And for a moment there, what I actually thought, because if you listen real close in the audio, you can hear like a snapping sound. And for a moment there, I was convinced, because again, they all surrounded him. So until everybody like parted away and then he stood up and shook himself off, there was parts of me where I was like, oh my gosh, did he snap his leg? Because you could hear like a pop through the audio, because their legs didn't collide, but like two guys going after the ball, and you hear like a pop. I was like, oh, he could have, snapped his leg or something. Because again, he went up weird, landed weird, whatever. And then there was the other, because he landed on his arm. Could he have broken his arm? Because there was a weird pop noise. I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to get copyright claimed. But so this is what gave Netherlands the goal, 1-0. We are deep, not too much, but we are in the 72nd minute of the second quarter, second half. My bad. And this is what led for that portion of the game. Then here comes Morocco's goal. So we are in the 89th minute, and then clock strikes midnight, and then we're in the 90th minute. Okay, let's fast forward just a titch. Just another titch. Boom. One of the craziest headers. Like, it was good. And like the fact that it came at the very, 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 very end of the game. It was crazy. It was freaking crazy. I think both teams played phenomenal. Like, this was a very entertaining game. And of all the games that happened today, well, that Paraguay upset was some. It's hard. It's hard to rank which game was the best game. I would. Oh, it's hard to say that. Nah, the Paraguay upset would be a little, in context, a little bit bigger too, because a lot of people picked Morocco to win this one versus nobody picked Paraguay. So okay, enough of me rambling. Anyways, so he scores. Crowd goes wild. They're in Mexico too. They weren't playing in California, or they weren't playing in anywhere. Okay, this is one of the craziest saves. One of the craziest saves of the tournament. This could have been a goal, but it's turned away. We have seen some crazy saves before in World Cup history. Add this to the list of crazy World Cup saves. I mean, obviously we know the Argentina one's one of the craziest ones, but like, this is, it almost sounds what's the word I'm looking for? Blasphemous to put this up there in that, but it's a 1A versus like a 2B or something like that, where it's up there, but it's not like, because this is a breakaway goal. Morocco's putting this in the back of the net in extra time. We're in the 97th minute. This thing's over. But nope, we have a save. And so then we play on to overtime. Boo, Hickey. All right, hold on. La, la, la. Guys, you got to go to retirement. All right, here's the false step. Okay, this is the one. No good. No good. This one went wide. Yeah, it went. Oh no, this is the no. This is the hand. This was the one that was saved by the hand. My bad. So then we have that, and then that's the Netherlands' final shot. They have no more. They had a couple shots to, like, his shot here. Because right now, if he makes this and then after the hand block, that would have ended it. His shot goes off the post here. The goalkeeper too, there was one shot where he saved it, but then as he was laying down, like, it hit the back of his leg when he was curled up and it went in. So luck did not go his way in that regard. This is the one that sailed. No, right here. This one sailed. A bunch of them went over here and then off the crossbar, because there's too much curve in the ball. This one was in. Here's the save. Here's the save that went off the back of his leg and in. crazy. I wouldn't say that this is what ended up costing him, because no, like he had he had some good saves. Like both teams, there were multiple parts within the game of why the outcome was the outcome. Oh, here's the shirtless. I'm making a joke during the watch along of, yep, see that shirt? We don't need it. That's the first default for every soccer player. Right after they sink it, they're like, get rid of that shirt. We don't need it. So yeah, he went here. Goalkeeper went there. Insane. Freaking insane. One of the craziest. Like, this was a crazy freaking game. And then, you can see the emotions on the Netherlands side. Just emotional, man. Like, it was crazy. It was a good game. Crazy, but a good game. All right, let's go one more time. Let's go look at let's go if we got any more news World Cup wise. It's official. Germany is no longer a soccer superpower. Wow, that's a bit of a reach. That if I could be honest, that is a bit of a reach. I don't think it's necessary, because if that's the case, what about Italy? What about Uruguay? You like, Italy didn't even come to these games. Hmm. Hmm. This is a stretch. I don't know. I don't buy into this BS at all. It is a embarrassment, but then I think it also has to do with. I think it has more to do with kind of the. Not Paraguay has nothing to lose, but it has more to do with history in like regards to we'll look back, like for example, you look back all the way in the 2010 final that was between Spain and the Netherlands. Spain and the Netherlands haven't done any, like, if we want to look at the grander, bigger picture, neither team has done anything since that since that final. Like, I think there's a stat out there where Spain's only won 3 games at the World Cup since that. Spain World Cup wins since 2010. (2014) they got eliminated in group stage. Russia, they got knocked out in the round of 16 by Russia. And then in 2022, they got knocked out of round of 16 by Morocco. And so, again, technically, now I don't know how they did, but again, technically speaking, if we want to go powerhouse of powerhouse, let's go band for band. Technically speaking, Uruguay hasn't done anything since the 1930s. Well, hold on. No, hold on. Let's double check that. I think they have 2. They have 2. Hold on. Like, yeah, they won. Dude, like that's what the team looked like the last time they won. Look at those old black and whites. Hey, this was probably around the same time the Leafs last won the Stanley Cup. Oh, too soon, Brian. Too soon. Shite. Let me look here. Founded in the 1900s. Shit. World. Okay, technically they've only been champions once. Look, this is wild. This is freaking wild. I had no clue. So in the 34 games, in the 38 games, they did not qualify. Brazil was champions in 50. They got fourth place in 54. They got fourth place in 1970 in Mexico. They got fourth place in 2010. Dude, that is... So again, if we want to go under the Germany is no longer a superpower, hey, how about Brazil? Is Brazil still a powerhouse technically speaking? I mean, let's be honest. Let's have this conversation. Let's open up this can of worms and realize, like, the powerhouses of soccer, it's France. France is a legit powerhouse. And yes, Argentina won it in 2022. But consider, like, to me, it's pretty even, like, the amount of success that I've seen between France and Argentina the last handful of games. No other team has been able to. You could throw Croatia in there, but like with a little asterisk, and you can throw Germany in there with a little asterisk, because again, Germany won in 2014, and then Croatia was runners up in 2018. But like, other than that, like Morocco, again, that might be a one-off. We don't know if they're going to go back. England were semifinal matchups, and one-offs. We don't know if they're, we don't know if it's coming home again. We don't know if they're going to get back into the Elite Eight in the Final Four stages with the semis. Trying to think who else. Portugal, unfortunately, not on that list. Hold on, I haven't looked at the chat. Let me look at the chat. What about Brazil versus Japan? Oh, we talked about Brazil versus Japan. You missed it. Rewind the stream about 20 minutes. We did talk about the Brazil and Japan, but we were going off of me ranting, thinking that this article is absolutely stupid, because it's like, literally, when was Brazil? Let's go look at Brazil's last World Championship. I think it was with Ronaldo. Him in that haircut. Where's there it is. The little in the front. Which, if this stream can get 10,000 likes, I'll do it. I'll put my hair like that. Here we go. Okay, there we go. So in 2002. So again, in this century, they've won it, and they've been able to win it. So I will give them credit on that. Not gonna sleep on them too much. Here, let me move it over for you guys. On that end. There you go. My bad. It was a little off center. My bad. But since Uruguay, and when Uruguay won it in the 30s, like, this was before World War II, like a while ago. Campeones, they went back to back. So it being back to back is possible. Going back to back is very possible. So Argentina going back to back is very possible. And that is because of this right here. Seeing this right here, this tells me that Argentina can go back to back. If they're third place, runners up. Okay, then this must have been the one. Okay, so then Uruguay did win this one. My bad. Because I was looking at this. This is the host nation, not the winners of the cup. My bad. Because I was looking at this, and I was like, yeah, they Brazil. No, they were runners up. Campeones. 3 and 4. That's impressive. I don't know if we're ever going to get a 3 and 4. That is... Yeah, there's no way. That'd have to be France winning it this year. So there's 2 and 3, and then France would then have to win it again in the 2034 in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's when it. Yeah. 2034 in Saudi Arabia. Like, so that would mean, because they were winners, runners up. They would have to be winners here. Oh, wait. Yeah. Winners, runners up, winners here, and then winners. Oh, never mind. It would just be 2030 then. My bad. With Portugal, Spain, and Morocco, they would have to win here. Because, or like, yeah, dude, that's sheer dominance right there. I don't think anybody else is doing that. 66. This is when England won it. But yeah, like, look at what Brazil has done since 2002. Quarters, fourth, quarters, and now they're into the round of 16 to be determined. But this one's tainted, and this one will always be tainted. Not because they lost and didn't win it, but with how that Germany game went. Like, people will talk about that forever. They'll never not talk about it. Anyways, so yeah, while we're talking about powerhouses here, let's also bring up the fact that Brazil, who's kind of favored to win this whole thing, let's talk about how they haven't won it since 2002. Ayo, who won it in 2006? Who won the 2006? I don't even. Italy. It was Italy. Again, hey, where's Italy in these games? Anybody know where they are? Anybody know where Italy? Oh, too soon, Brian. Too soon. Totally forgot. This was the this one had the headbutt, didn't it? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. This photo goes hard. Where is it? Right here. Let me show y'all. This photo goes hard. No. All right. Okay, people. We are gonna end our gaming portion of the stream. Let me get let me check the chat one more time. Thank you guys for giving your thoughts and comments during the stream. That's it for the sports side. If you guys want to watch some gaming stuff, be sure to hang around. We'll be hopping on doing a couple rounds tonight. But other than that, I got nothing much else on the sports side of things. If you want to go look, I've made a video on where is it? There's been some talks on Ja Morant going to the Grizzlies. So if you want to go look, go check out the channel. I've made some thoughts and reactions to that. Also, if you want to go look, I've made. Oh, let me double check. I don't know which video. Sorry. I don't want to spoil what my next videos are. I want to tell you, but I don't want to tell you all of them. No. Oh, I've also given my thoughts and reactions. It's kind of my prediction video. It's my first impressions on the bracket. So it's a little bit of a longer video, but it's kind of giving my thoughts and reactions to the whole bracket. So if you want to go check that out, check that out. I will be giving my thoughts with LeBron. Where's LeBron? LeBron, where are you? Well, there's talks that LeBron's going to go to the Warriors and Anthony Davis is going to go with and all that. And I'm just sitting over here going, no, that's not happening. Which, just because I said that, it might. And then, other than that, it will be nothing too, dude. 35 and 50, dude. The Mets blow right now. I haven't been keeping up with baseball at all. I have not been keeping up with baseball at all. Just been watching the World Cup and enjoying the World Cup. So, all right, people. We're gonna end this short stream. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for all the likes and subs, guys. We'll see you We'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. All right.